I'm so excited to share with you my top 10 online vinyl pickups of 2022. If you'd like to see some awesome records, just keep on watching. Hello friends, it's Hannah, your friendly introvert from Omaha. If you are new, I am a lover of vinyl and music, which means I buy a lot of CDs and vinyl, a lot. I want to quickly mention before we get started that I got to meet Dereck Higgins. The great Dereck Higgins, he's from Omaha here too. I had never met him before. I had seen him at a record show one time, but there was like a crowd of people around him, so I didn't get to properly say hello. But I met him at Grapefruit Records and we got to snap a little picture. I will share it right here. He also shared that on his channel, but it was just so cool to meet him. Very kind guy. So I will leave a link to his Bandcamp down below. You can check out his music. I also want to mention my t-shirt. I got this at tpublic.com. I'm not affiliated or anything. I went on there during the 40% off sale for Black Friday and I ordered some more shirts. I got this My Bloody Valentine shirt. I just love it. So it kind of coincides with this video and some of the pickups. I'm doing this series in the month of December where I'm basically reflecting on my music collecting in 2022. I just realized I bought a lot of records online. Yeah, I know you did too. Don't even try to hide or deny it. So I just kind of narrowed down my online vinyl pickups to just 10 that I'm going to show you right here. If you've been a follower of my channel this year, you have already seen a few of these. However, to keep it exciting, there are at least 5 or 6 in here that I have not ever shown on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Let us begin. I'm starting with my number 1 best pick and ending with number 10. Please take note, I have honorable mentions on the beautiful wall of records behind me. You may recognize some of those. Some of them I haven't shown before. But anyway, number 1 is the beautiful EP from My Bloody Valentine. This is the Glider EP. So My Bloody Valentine are, if you didn't already notice, they're my number 1 favorite shoegaze band. I've covered them in my shoegaze videos and beyond. This is an original UK press. So I bought a bunch of pretty rare and obscure LPs from a seller in Canada I found on one of the Facebook vinyl selling groups earlier this year. And that's where this came from. And I got a pretty fair price on it. There's the label. I would love to also get the You Made Me Realize and Tremolo EPs. Most of their stuff now, originals, they're not going to be affordable. Just very hard to obtain. This one I got a pretty decent price on. So this one, of course, contains their well-known track Soon from Loveless. That's the first track. My favorite track off this, however, is Off Your Face. I love Belinda Butcher's vocals on that. It's a very dreamy and otherworldly track. This is just a stunning EP. One of my favorites of all time. So glad to own it now. So that's my number 1 online pickup of the year. Here we go. So this is another favorite band of mine, The Church. And I did a video earlier this year about buying records online. It may be helpful to you if you're new to purchasing records in the online realm. And if you don't really know like where to begin, it could really give you guidance, but I'll leave the link up above. So I covered in that video that I had bought this Scandinavian original pressing of their album The Blurred Crusade, and I bought it on Discogs. However, it came with a scratch. I was so bummed. It was listed as near mint. So this is the gatefold version. I messaged the seller and he just decided to give me a full refund. A few months after that, I hopped onto eBay and I found this 1989 US press, still in the shrink, and I only paid $20 or so for it. It's not the gatefold. It's not a gatefold, but I went for it, and this is just a great copy. So I'm glad to have gotten a cleaner copy of this. It's on Arista. This is just one of my favorite LPs. It's perfect jangle pop from 1982. Just perfectly atmospheric as well. Maybe a little bit of neo-psych. Also, Bob Clearmountain produced this, and it's just, I don't know, it's just magical. And I had to get it online because to this day, I've never seen a copy at any record show or store. Let's move on. This is number 3. This is super exciting for me. This band is probably my favorite post-punk discovery this year. And this year I did a deep dive of post-punk. I did a couple of videos on the genre if you're curious or interested. So yeah, just go back and you'll find them. But this is a German post-punk band, Exmal Deutschland. So I acquired 3 LPs, which I'm just tickled to own these because they're very hard to get. So actually my first pickup was Toxin, which is their second album. And I got this for 25 pounds, which ended up being like $28 US. So I thought that was a really good deal. And I was just thrilled to find it on there. But they were on 4AD, so it's their second album. A viewer named Mark up in Michigan, who's been very generous, I actually acquired my Radio Birdman LP from his collection when I went to the show up there. But he reached out to me and said he was going to a record show and if I'd like him to look for anything. And I mentioned this band. And while he didn't find anything at that show, there was a vendor there from New York named Michael who owns a store called Vinyl Rescue. And he indicated that he has some of their albums at his store. So I got in touch with Michael, I sent him an email, and voila, I bought these 2 records from him. So their first and then Viva, which is their third. This is more pop, or more on the pop side. They went in a different direction on this than their first 2, but it's still very good. I'm gonna count these 3 as one entry. Hopefully you're cool with that. Thanks for being cool with that, by the way. But Exmal Deutschland, check them out. Just, yeah, I'm pretty much obsessed with them. I think they were around for 10 years, and they're from Hamburg, Germany. I love the singer. I can't pronounce her name, but I'll put it down below. I really like her. So the closest band I can describe them to would probably be Susie and the Banshees. And my favorite that I've heard so far is probably Fetish, because that's the one I've spun the most overall. Just totally love them. Okay, number 4 is Buzzcocks. And I picked up this amazing EP, Spiral Scratch. So this is the second press. It's like the Lintone pressing from 1979. It says Buzzcocks with Howard Devoto. So I also got this from that Canadian seller. I got a pretty good deal on shipping as well. But yeah, this is just a very important early punk EP. It's their first EP by Buzzcocks, and Howard Devoto left after this one. He left to form Magazine. By the way, I'm a huge Magazine fan as well. Listen to this EP if you haven't heard it. They had the DIY thing going on. And if you want to just hear one song from it, maybe check out Boredom. So it's just such a historically important EP. I think I got it for $25. Just a joy to have added that into my collection this year. Number 5, we have Cocteau Twins. Blue Bell Knoll. More on the 4AD label, by the way. Yeah, 4AD is just one of my favorite labels. But yes, I bought this beauty. Original UK press. This is not the gatefold version, but I got it for $27 online. I guess, you know, if you count shipping, it would have been a little more than that, but that's still a heck of a good deal. So, comes with the inner sleeve. There have been some Cocteau Twins reissues in the past couple of years. I have many of them. Many are pretty solid. Some of them are kind of iffy. So just, maybe try to read some reviews on Discogs about them before pulling the trigger on some of the reissues. I think the Treasure reissue I have is really good. Pink Opaque, that reissue, there's some problems with it. This is such a beautiful and stunning album. I'm thinking of doing a Cocteau Twins ranking video in 2023. Excuse me, had a cough there. But I'm also working on a Susie and the Banshees ranking. If that's your thing, I've got a lot of interest on that, so that will be coming in the next few months. We're moving right along here with number 6, The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. And this, I will take it out of the shrink. I should have done that before I started filming, right? So I got this for $27 from one of my favorite websites that I guess I'm just choosing to keep secret because it's kind of been my honey hole for records. And this is an early UK press on Fiction Records. I got, yeah, that $27 for an early press is a heck of a deal on this. A few months ago, the British pound was a little bit weaker, so it was a really good time to buy things from overseas, and I certainly took advantage of that moment. But it comes with this little insert. It's about the 10 Imaginary Years, the Cure story book, I believe. So it comes with that insert, and also the lyrics on these inner original sleeves. Very cool. And I have wanted this record in my collection for a while. It ranks among the top Cure albums for me. Definitely makes my top 5. It's just so whimsical and eclectic. Tons of pop gems. I like the production. Obviously, Just Like Heaven is on here. I also really like Catch, If Only Tonight We Could Sleep, Why Can't I Be You? There's so many good songs on here. So this is a must-have that is now sweetly nestled within my record shelves, or it will be when I'm done filming this video. Okay, this one, and you've never seen me show these either, I'm including 3 as one, Moose. Oh, these are delightful. I got 3 of their EPs. I didn't have much Moose in my collection before. If you're unfamiliar, Moose were a British shoegaze band, like from that first brilliant wave of shoegaze. So I got this Jack EP, Reprise, and also this Cool Breeze. So they were like a sadly forgotten shoegaze band that also incorporated other genres. I only had Highball Me on CD, which is their last studio album. I love listening to these EPs with headphones. You get the full effect. It's truly a treat for the ears. So if you like early Ride, My Bloody Valentine, this early Moose is a must. Kind of jangly in spots too. It's so damn terrific. And these are treasured pieces in my collection now. Oh, those sound so good. All right, next, I have shown this before. I don't think I have cataloged this one in my Discogs yet, but I do want to say thank you to Scott. He's a vendor down in Alabama. He's one of my connections for records, and I've bought a lot of great stuff from him. And we met him at the 4-State Record Show down in Missouri in August. But yeah, I got a good deal on this. This is one of the highlights from the Falls catalog. It's This Nation's Saving Grace, by the way. So my fall collection is on its way to becoming pretty great. I'm not going to say much about this because I have shown it before, but if you're new to this band, this would indeed be an excellent starting point for you. It's more accessible. It's on this Beggar's Banquet PVC. Plus, I love the Bricks Smith era, and I love when songs from the fall get stuck in my head. Don't you? It's just great. And this also most likely will be featured in my top albums of the 80s list, which, yeah, I've been compiling. I've been kind of teasing you guys with that. Hopefully I can roll that out next year. Number 9, the Auteurs with New Wave. We are going to the early 90s Britpop or indie pop era. This is their first album. This is an original with the 7-inch included. So freaking cool, right? When I saw this piece, I couldn't pass it up. Luke Haynes, this is a brilliant album, intelligent songwriting. I love the second half of the album especially. It's just a very lush record, and this band was most likely overshadowed by the success of Oasis, Blur, Pulp, which is a shame, you know. There's so many good songs on this. Bailed Out, Starstruck, How Could I Be Wrong, Idiot Brother. Check this one out if you have not heard it. I think it came out, yeah, this came out in 93, it looks like. So cool to own that. I'm missing one. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. My hair, I need to do something about my hair, you guys. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, the last one, my number 10, John Foxx with Metamatic. Check out that hype sticker on the front. So cool. This is an original UK press. I also picked up The Garden from the same Discogs vendor. I was not able to find this one out in the wild, so I was sick of waiting, and I just hopped on Discogs and I found a great deal on this and The Garden. Earlier in the year, I picked up his album The Golden Section at a record show, but that one just doesn't have the special touch like this one. So John Fox, if you don't know, he was in Ultravox. This is an impressive early synth record from 1980. So other synth acts at that time were, of course, Kraftwerk and Gary Newman. This one stands up among the best. And a lot of these tracks are very catchy. This will certainly be featured in my countdown of favorite albums of the 80s. Really quickly before we wrap this up, my two favorite online CD pickups of the year would have to be the Susie and the Banshees Voices on the Air, the Peel sessions. So it's got early Peel sessions and BBC sessions of some of their best tracks. This is an amazing one to own. I would be looking for this if you're a Susie fan. Also, and I covered this in another video, but this is the House of Love Burn Down the World CD box set. It contains 8 CDs, and I got it for like $34 or so. I got a deal on it, but this is a lovely box set, very well done. The quality is amazing. Go back and check out my little unboxing of this video. But yeah, it sounds great. I did digest it all. I highly recommend this if you're a House of Love fan. Another underrated band, but that's it. Those are my top favorite online vinyl pickups as well as CD pickups of 2022. I hope you enjoyed these. What are your favorite online purchases of the year? Tell me all about them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm continuing this series all month. Next, I'm planning on sharing my favorite vinyl reissues of the year. And then finally, I did decide that I'm going to film a favorite albums of 2022 video after all. That will be later in the month. So yeah, if you're curious to know what I've enjoyed from this year, what really resonated with me, just keep on watching my channel. Okay, you guys, as always, thank you for watching. I'm gonna sign off now. Take care.